morning. This is Mama Preps 4. I promised you yesterday I'd show you more of Paradise Valley, and this is it. This is the mountains, and back beyond those trees right there is the Yellowstone River. You can't see it right at the moment, but you will up here in a little ways. Just driving into work this morning and thought I'd give you another little tour and let you see just how beautiful the area that I live in is. We get a lot of traffic on this road anymore. It's the road in and out of Yellowstone National Park, or at least one of them. Anyways, just thought I'd talk to y'all this morning and just give you a little tip. Don't be afraid to tell people that you like to can or make jam or something like that, because sometimes that can really work out in your benefit. You don't have to tell them you're prepping for the apocalypse or you want to make 800 jars and hoard them away or anything like that. And what I do is I tell people, for one, I like my own food, and I do. I like my own food. It's way better than the stuff you can buy at the store. It is healthier. I can control the amount of salt that goes into things. I can choose to make a low sugar variety of jam if I want to. It's made with fresh produce. There is no preservatives put into things. It's just better. It's not the mass-produced crap you can buy at the grocery store. Now, don't get me wrong, I have that stuff, but I supplement it as much with my own home canned stuff as I possibly can. And this year I'm doing a little better at getting more of that. I've got corn sitting at home that I grew and some I bought from the farmer's market to can up. Excuse me. And I have chicken in the electric roaster cooking, making me chicken stock. And I'm going to take the rest of it and can it up for easy meals like shredded chicken already with the green sauce for enchiladas or burritos or tacos or whatever I want to make out of it, or chicken soup, do chicken with barbecue sauce for sandwiches, whatever. It was 99 cents a pound, so I am definitely taking advantage of that and saving money and creating good home cooked meals for my family, so that way it's easy when I'm working late for them to open a jar and fix supper. Or if I'm just really tired and I don't feel like cooking something from scratch, I can still have something from scratch. So anyways, the other day I mentioned to one of my clients that I enjoy canning and I've been making my own jellies and jams. And she said that they had plum trees with lots and lots of plums on them, and since she knew that I did that, as soon as they were ripe, she would give me a bunch. So I was like, fantastic, that's great. I will bring you some jam, and I'll take however much you want to give me, because what I can't use, I share with grandma, I share with people at my church, I share with family and friends, and of course I would make her some. So there's that. And then one of my husband's co-workers has a bunch of choke cherry bushes, and they don't ever do anything with them. So we're actually going to go pick those tonight. And I'm going to make syrup, and then I'll give them some syrup. But I told her I'd bring her a jar of jam. And so you can find ways to get produce at little or no cost. Don't be afraid to ask if they have a bulk discount at farmers markets. I got a discount on corn the time before last that I bought it, and he even threw in some extra for me and I saved a lot of money that way. I think I got like 6 dozen for the price of 4, something like that. It's a really good way to build your pantry and not have to spend as much money. It takes work, it takes time. Believe me, I am very tired. My back has been killing me because I've been working all week and then standing in my kitchen all week and all weekend long, and just constantly on my feet. But that's why a good chiropractor is important. He made my back feel better this morning, so that way when I get done with work tonight, I can go pick choke cherries and not want to die. Anyways, these mountains are beautiful. I can almost hear whoever's watching this saying, man, that's pretty. Oh, it's so beautiful there. It's peaceful, it's calming, and it is. It really is. Until you get some idiot on this road that thinks he needs to pass because he's going to get someplace 5 seconds faster, and he takes everybody's life in his hands by trying to pass when there's oncoming traffic. And that happens a lot. Like a lot. And we get a lot of out-of-state traffic on this road because it's the road in and out of the park in the area, and yeah, people just don't know how to drive. It gets real fun in the wintertime when the roads are covered in a sheet of ice, and they still do that. Thankfully, the park's closed in the winter because it's just too dangerous to drive through, so you don't get quite as much. But you get people from out of state that don't know how to drive, and they just moved here, and they haven't the slightest clue what slow down because it's icy means. And they think just because our speed limit's 80 miles an hour that they can do that even when it's icy out. And it's not 80 miles an hour on this road, but the interstate you can do 80 on, which is kind of nice. Gets you there a little faster. You know, I like getting places faster. Kind of got a lead foot. But no, they just, I don't know, people are just dumb. They just think that you should be able to do whatever you want to, and oh, it's Montana, we can drive as fast as we want. Well, they got rid of that law a long time ago. It used to be that you could drive as fast as was safe for your vehicle on our interstates. I remember when I was a little girl, I came out here because my grandmother had passed away. I was 12 years old and there was no speed limit. And that was crazy. Like, I could not believe that there was no speed limit. I mean, cars would be zipping by at 110 miles an hour and nobody cared. But it's 80 now, which is plenty fast enough most of the time. Unless you're running late. Just kidding. But anyways, so this is our beautiful valley, and I'm going to ramble on for a couple minutes longer because honestly I'm not great at editing yet, and I really want to show you the river up here. When the water gets real high, when we get snow melt in the springtime, because these mountains will be 100% covered in snow here probably. Well, we had a light dusting the other day on the very top of the mountains, and that melted off, it looks like. At least I don't see any anywhere. But oh gosh, probably starting later this month there will be a little snow on top of these mountains. October there will definitely be snow. November, a lot of snow. December, January, February, I mean, just snow. There will be snow everywhere. There will be snow on the road. There will be snow on the mountains. There will be snow in the valleys. There will be snow everywhere, and depends on how bad it is. It could be several inches. It can be several feet up in the mountains. I've seen over a foot of snow in town. I think the most snow I've had piled up at my house, and I live in town. At one point, now that was, it snowed and then it stopped, and then it snowed some more, and then it stopped. So over a couple of days, but I think it was 32 inches, I think. I don't know. I know I've definitely seen up to 18 inches in one storm. That's quite a bit, but I guess it's a lot for here. It used to snow like that a long time ago, and then just for the longest time we just didn't get that much snow. And I've seen it a couple of times now, but I guess back in the 50s, 60s, 70s, you'd get feet of snow all the time. It just snowed a lot. But things change and weather patterns change and all of that, and who knows what you're gonna get now. Got lots of building going on around here. Our area is expanding way faster than I'd like it to. It's just insanity. It's a small town. We just cannot support the amount of growth here. I don't know what our little town's gonna do. They're building so many new houses and condos and duplexes and fourplexes and triplexes and just all this different stuff. And I mean, we don't have a Walmart. We don't have any kind of department store. We've got a big hardware store, 2 grocery stores, and a couple of ranch supply stores and a couple of smaller hardware stores. There's the river. You know, we can't support that kind of growth. We have a small hospital. We have a clinic. We just don't have the stuff in place to handle the kind of growth that we're getting here. And it's just driving me crazy because we've got way more traffic than we used to have. And I know those of you that live in large urban areas are probably laughing your butts off at me right now because you're watching the traffic go by and going, that's not traffic. I know. I've lived in very large cities in the past, not for about 15 years or so, but I've lived in really, really big, highly populated areas. I know what traffic is like, but this is not normal for us. We don't get this kind of traffic, or at least we didn't. You know, when you have to drive around the block 3 times to find a parking space downtown, that's just not normal. And just the simple fact that you have to do that now is kind of crazy. Sorry. Giving you my fingers. Anyways, this is our beautiful area. If you're thinking about moving out this way, please just bring conservative values. Don't bring any liberal ideas out here. We don't want them. Bring friendliness. Bring patience. Bring kindness. Because people here wave at each other driving down the road. You driving on a back road here, you're going to get waved at. And believe me, when I first moved here, I thought it was strange. I thought it was weird. I'm like, who was that? I don't know. That's what my husband would say. I don't know. I'm like, what do you mean you don't know? I don't know. I'm like, well, why'd you wave at him? 'Cause. And then he'd wave at the next person. Well, who's that? I don't know. And that's Montana life. That is small town life. And people talk to each other in the grocery store line. And people make friends sitting on a bar stool. Like actual friends, not like bar friends. Although there is a lot of just bar friends around here. But people make friends. People spend time together. People help their neighbors. You know, people will, like I was out shoveling snow one day on my sidewalk and my neighbor has a 4-wheeler with a plow on it, so he just came over and he zipped down my sidewalk with it and called it good. It's like, wow, thank you. You know, and there's so much that people do for each other out here, and if we don't keep people here that have those same kind of values and same kind of thoughts, we're not going to have Montana like we used to. It's going to be ruined. So if you come here, come with the thought in mind if somebody needs help, you're going to help them. Come with the thought in mind that if somebody smiles and waves, you're gonna smile and wave back. This is the part that gets all the way up to the road when it floods. You know, come with the thought in mind that not everybody's out to get you. Because here, yeah, there are people like that, just like anywhere else. But here, people care about each other. People love each other, and people know each other. And in my town, you walk into the store and everybody knows you. Not necessarily all the customers, but all of the checkout clerks, the baggers, everybody, you know, and you just chat with them and everybody talks and has a good time. And if you've got a large cartload of stuff and somebody walks up behind you and they've got 4 items in their hands, you let them go in front of you because that's kind. I do that all the time, and I'm not saying anything good about myself. I'm just saying that's what we do. You know, why should that person have to wait an hour for you to get done when it's only going to take them a couple of minutes, and you can show them that level of kindness, like, hey, you want to go first? You know? And there are people that cut in line and are buttheads and jerks and whatever else you want to say. But for the most part, people are kind. And I love that. And I don't want to see my Montana ruined with California values. I want to see it stay the way it is. And I want to raise my children in a place where people are kind to each other and care about each other and show each other love and respect and help each other simply because it's the right thing to do. That's the message I really wanted to convey today. Is if you come here, remember, this is the way Montana is. Have a great day, y'all. Bye.